In this lesson, we are going to look at making our presentations a little bit more exciting. So the first way to do that is to change your theme. So instead of going for what we did the first time, which is just a blank presentation, we're going to look at these themes and rather pick something else. So click on more themes, and like we saw before, there are a whole lot of different things you can choose from. So you're welcome to pick whatever you would like. I'm going to go with this theme over here. To choose the theme, just click on it and wait for it to load. So now again, like the first time we did this, we have our title page, which is basically a main title and a subtitle, but I'm sure you've noticed it's a little bit different. We now have these cool little green things on the side, making our slides look a bit more exciting. So again, you can change the title. You could add a subtitle. Okay, so there is our first slide. Now you'll also notice when we add a new slide, all our slides have this green thing on the side because that's the theme I've chosen. So every new slide I add will have this green theme. So let's add our second slide just by clicking on it and saying add slide. And you can see it's kept that same theme. One thing I did tell you is if you don't just want 2 text boxes, maybe you want 3 or something like that, you can add in text boxes by yourself. To do that, you're going to want to go to this shapes option over here. Click it. And you'll see there's this little icon of an A, and it looks like a little rectangle. Just click onto that. And you'll see we've now got a new text box. So I can put that wherever I want. Let's say I would want it in the center of the page, and just like before, you click in the text box to type. And now that is the text box I just created. And now that is the text box I just added. So yeah, that's just if you for some reason don't like the layout that is happening. Now you'll notice if I click off a text box, I'm now just clicked onto the slide. All these options here are not clickable. You can see I can't click on any of these options, and you know that because it's been grayed out. That's because we are off the text box, which means we can't type. We can't type anywhere on the page. We can only type in a text box. So if for some reason you're trying to change something and you can't click up here, just make sure you are in the text box, and it will then allow you to change your font, change your size, and obviously the bold, italics, underline, the color, whatever you would like to do. So let's just actually make this red. And you'll also notice that the writing is green, and that's just because of the theme. You could change that to being black the same way we changed this to being red. So yeah, that is themes already. Our slides look more interesting. Of course, you can choose a different theme. You don't have to stick with this one. There are lots of options to choose from. So yeah, whatever you like. And another thing you might want to do is delete a slide. To delete a slide, you pick it over here in our little viewing box. Click on the slide you want to delete and click this delete option up here. Now that slide is gone. And again, like with Word, you can undo what you just did. So if you realize, oh no, I actually do need that slide, just undo it and it will come back. But remember, undo is only going to undo the last thing you did. So if you've done this a while ago, it may not come back. So just make sure you are always looking at exactly what you are doing. It usually does let you undo up to about 10 changes or so. Now let's look at adding a picture to our slides. To do that, we want to go to Insert, just like how we did with Word. And you'll see there are a whole lot of options. Here we can add a table as well. We can add shapes, icons, Smartart, which is also very helpful depending on what you're doing. Let's go with picture, adding a picture. Okay, so this pop-up window will come up, and again you just choose the picture you would like. So let's pick this one over here. You click open and your picture will pop up, and then you can move it to wherever you would like it. So just put it over there. We now have a picture. I'm going to add another slide. Let's add one with just a title. And now for this slide, I'm going to use this Smartart. So Smartart is just a variety of diagrams which can be helpful. So if you want to do a lesson on a food pyramid, maybe you would use something like that. If you just want an arrow showing growth, you would use something like that. So yeah, just really, I would go through these every once in a while and see if one of these may help, because it will save you a lot of time doing these by yourself with shapes. And you can see wherever it says text is where you can type. And you'll see it looks a little bit confusing, but basically text means where the text is going to come. And to get the text there, what you have to do is you have to type it over here. So you'll see a whole lot of little bullet points. And when I type up here, you'll see the text starts to show. I'm just clicking enter after I've typed, and you'll see whatever I'm typing is starting to show up. So you've just got to type by each bullet point, and that will change the text over here. That's not very important, but it's just a helpful tip. And when you run your presentation, this thing here will not be shown. They'll just see the diagram. So line up the diagram how you would like it. So that is Smartart, and that is under the Insert tab. Another thing I wanted to show you quickly is if you want to change the theme of one of your slides, if you don't actually want the screen theme, that is very easy to change by going to design over here. So just make sure you are not clicked on anything, because then like here a different design option has come up. You can see we have two. Make sure you have clicked on the slide, just anywhere on the slide. That other tab is gone, and you now have this design tab over here. So click design, and you'll see there are a whole lot of different options of slide themes to choose. So I could just change the color by clicking on this over here, and now it's changed everything to blue. I can also change the look a little bit. So if I don't want this thing, I actually want something like that, you just pick that. So this is all done under design, and this box popped up as soon as I changed something up here. Again, I could change my theme to something like this, and you'll see in this designer window here, you can look at some variations of the theme. So we could change it to that. And now our slide looks like that. So our slides start to look a little bit different with some variation. I'm just going to go back to the original theme just so I can show you that with the variations. So that was this green option, which I chose from clicking the drop down arrow, which shows a whole lot of options, and it was over there, and I just clicked it. And you'll see again in this designer tab, you can change the way each slide looks. So every slide can be different. If I want to change the design of my first slide, you click on that slide, and you can then again change its look from this tab. So clicking on that, it now looks like this. So that is slides and templates. They are easy to change if you just remember, go to design, you can see different options here. Click this if you can't see exactly what you want. Choose what you want. And if you want to change the look of an individual slide, then make sure that slide is selected. So choose the slide. You then wait for this designer option to load, and you choose the look of that individual slide. So now our slides are definitely looking more exciting. I'll see you in the next lesson.